just to put it in perspective, I actually see some familiar faces from my previous life. I was the Director of Economic Development or Redevelopment for a number of cities, most recently the city of Oakland, and so I worked with organizations such as LISC and other organizations that really knew what it meant to build a community. And so to this day, I am very, very pleased to represent Treasury and the administration on the issues that are so near and dear to my heart. And so it is with such promise that we're moving in the right direction. And I must say that this would not have happened, absolutely not have happened, without the tenacity and effort of Donna Gambrell and her staff, without the championship and the support of Congresswoman Velasquez, Congressman Serrano, on behalf of small businesses. And this restaurant is a great example of how CDFIs, like the Lower East Side People's Federal Credit Union, support their success. It also underscores the important and very crucial role that small businesses play. In this award round, you may already know that New York received more awards than any other state by dollar amount. CDFIs in New York will receive 21 awards today, totaling nearly $12 million. It's very, very significant. Yes. And unlike in past economic crises, we now have a nationwide network of CDFIs that are able to help us confront economic problems head on. These first responders, and I call them first responders because again, they're on the ground, they know exactly where the pulse of the community lies. They continue to use their knowledge and resources to help their organizations performing and delivering for their clients, even in times of great difficulty. Small businesses, which historically have created 2 out of every 3 new jobs in this country, are essential to our nation's economy and certainly to its recovery. I want to build on that success we have had with CDFIs. That's why President Obama has laid out a series of proposals to make it easier for small businesses to open their doors, expand their operations, and more importantly, hire more workers. These proposals are guided by the idea that while government cannot guarantee a business success, it can knock down the barriers that keep entrepreneurs from opening or expanding, like the lack of affordable credit. The CDFI Fund is an example of this. An owner, Maria Cortez, can attest that these barriers were broken down for her to reopen this restaurant in this location. When other lending institutions passed her by, she turned to the Lower East Side People's Federal Credit Union, who not only provided the critical financing, but also helped Maria put together a business plan. That is customer service. And because this administration has worked with Congress, including leaders like Congresswoman Velasquez, Congressman Serrano, to cut small business tax 8 times. We enacted an economic plan that supported nearly 70,000 new loans to small businesses, and we've waived fees on new SBA loans to save folks money on their payments. These loans and savings gave small business owners the funds that they needed to invest in their companies. And because of the jobs bill the President signed in March, businesses hiring unemployed workers are now eligible for tax cuts, and companies are able to write off more of their investments in new equipment. In New York, over 300,000 unemployed workers have been hired, and those businesses will be eligible for a tax cut. Nationally, over 5.6 million unemployed Americans have been hired. Moving forward, as you probably heard, there's still much more that we can do for small businesses, and that's why the President is urging Congress to swiftly approve the Small Business Lending Fund Act of 2010, which will provide a set of tax breaks and lending incentives to spur hiring and growth at small businesses. If this bill becomes law, small businesses and startups will see the positive benefits right away. It eliminates capital gains taxes for key investments in small firms, increases the deductions small businesses can take for new equipment and other expenses, and of course make more credit available. And again, small businesses really are the backbone of this economy, and they will lead this recovery. We need to get this done for small businesses and their employees across our country, and Treasury and this administration is committed to doing this. I want to thank again Representative Velasquez, Serrano, and of course Director Donna Gambrell for being part of this event, again, for Maria Cortez and her staff for hosting this event. And again, it is more than an honor for me to be here and represent the administration and the agency specifically. I would now like to introduce Congressman Jose Serrano, who has long been a champion of CDFIs and the important work that they do in expanding access to credit and affordable financial products in underserved areas. Congressman Serrano.